President Tinubu declares state of emergency. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. To get notified when we post our juicy news updates, please click on the notification bell. President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency on food security in Nigeria. Presidential spokesman Dele Alake made this known while briefing State House as correspondent on Thursday. The president directed that all matters pertaining to food and water availability and affordability as essential livelihood items be included with the purview of a National Security Council. The narrative was said to be in line with the Tinubu administration position on ensuring that the most vulnerable are supported. Alake said President is not unmindful of rising cost of food and its events on the pocket of the citizens. The president also directed the immediate release of fertilizers and grain to farmers and households to mitigate the effects of a subsidy removal. There must be an urgent synergy between the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Water Resources to ensure adequate irrigation of farmlands and also to guarantee the food is produced all year round. The president was quoted as saying, "We shall create and support a national commodity board that will review and continuously assess food prices as well as maintain a strategic food reserve that will be used as a price stabilization mechanism for critical gains and other food items. Through this board, government will moderate spikes and dips in food prices. To achieve this, we have the following stakeholders on board to support the intervention effort of President Bola Tinubu, the National Commodity Exchange (NCX), seed companies, National Seed Council and Research Institute, NIRSAL, Microfinance Bank, Food Processing, Agri-Processing Association, Private Sector Holders, and Prime Actors. The Smallholder Farmers, Crop Association, and Fertilizer Producers, Blenders, and Suppliers Associates, to mention a few. We will engage our society architecture to protect farms and the farmers so that farmers can return to the farmlands without fear of attacks." The president said the Central Bank of Nigeria will continue to play a role of funding the agricultural value chain. He said 500,000 acres have already been mapped land to increase availability of arable land for farming. Tinubu said revenue from food and agricultural exports would be increased. President Tinubu declared state of emergency. President Bola Tinubu has declared a state of emergency of food security in Nigeria. Presidential spokesman Dele Alake made this known while briefing State House correspondent on Thursday. The president directed that all matters pertaining to food and water availability and affordability as essential livelihood items be included with the purview of the National Security Council. The narrative was said to be in line with the Tinubu administration position, where on ensuring the most vulnerable are supported. Alake said President is not unmindful of the rising cost of food and its effects on the pocket of citizens. The president also directed the immediate release fertilizers and gains to farmers and households to mitigate the effect of the subsidy removal. There must be an urgent synergy between the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Water Resources to ensure adequate irrigation of farmlands and to guarantee that food is produced all year round, the president was quoted as saying, "We shall create and support a national commodity board that will review continuously aside food prices as well as maintain a strategic food reserve that will be used as a price stabilization mechanism for critical grains and other food items. Through this board, the government will produce spikes and dips in food prices. To achieve this, we have the following stakeholders on board to support the intervention effort of President Bola Tinubu, the National Commodity Exchange (NCX), seed companies, National Seed Council and Research Institute, NIRSAL, National Processing Bank, Food Processing, Agri-Processing, Private Sector Holders and Profile Accused, Smallholder Farmers, Crop Association and Fertilizer Producers, Blenders and Suppliers Associations, to mention a few. We'll engage our society architecture to protect the farms and the farmers so that return can return to the farmlands without fear of attacks can return. The president said the Central Bank of Nigeria will continue to play a role of funding the agricultural value chain. He said 500,000 acres of what they already have been marked land to increase visibility of durable land for farming. Tinubu said revenue from food and agricultural exports will be increased. So why, what's it called? Why this happiness? Why is it going to be short-lived? Okay. Continue deceiving yourself with English. President said this and said that. Which one have we seen? Common use case that they promise we have had nothing, yet they're promising more without implementing the first one. More without implementing the first one. Keep deceiving Nigeria and Nigerians. Okay. A bag of rice is at 50k against 8k. Fake news Alake is not government spokesman. They're part of agriculture. What about school? What about road and hospital? Huh? Continue deceiving yourself with English. Said this and English said that which one have we seen common 8k and that the promise we've heard nothing. Yes, you're promising more without implementing the first one. Keep deceiving Nigeria and Nigerians. Education revolution now. All these wicked leaders and balloon promises, now only God will punish now. A bag of 50,000 against 8k. Fake news. Alake is not governmental spokesman. We have heard of agriculture. What about school, road, and hospital? May it bring an end to hike and foodstuffs and other commodities. How can it be an illiterate so-called elected president rule a blessed country like Nigeria? It's not easy. To cook but only put of soup and senior, you will spend up to 11,000. Our leaders are talking as if they don't have the sense, they don't know fuel is a major problem and they know what they're doing. APC, wanna go kill people. Well, they always won't believe this kind of government of deception. So the calf farmers that could not transport themselves to the plants, if we. Alright, APC now will kill people, but maybe those who believe this government of deception. So farmers that could not transfer themselves for plant will be. Alright, so on this note, you have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come you next time, enjoy the rest of your day.